The clinical presentation ranges from mild febrile illness to severe presentation characterized by plasma leakage, severe bleeding, and multi-organ dysfunction. Although many studies have been done regarding this thesis topic, like clinical profile and biochemical alterations in dengue, but very few studies have been focusing on the mortality part. SOFA and APACHE-2 scores are commonly employed to assess the severity and forecast outcomes in critical care settings. But they may not adequately reflect the unique pathophysiological changes associated with dengue. This highlights the need for periodic epidemiological and clinical studies to better understand the prevailing patterns of severe dengue and identify the reliable predictors of mortality. With this background, our study was undertaken to assess the clinical profile and evaluate the outcome of patients with severe dengue admitted to MMI MSR Hospital, a tertiary care center in Mulana. Aims and objectives of this study was to examine the clinico-biochemical profile of patients admitted with severe dengue and to identify the key predictors of clinical outcome in severe dengue cases. The inclusion criteria was the patients dengue NS1 antigen positive or IgM antibody positive. Patients meeting the WHO criteria for severe dengue were included in this study, such as severe plasma leakage leading to shock, fluid accumulation, like pleural effusion or ascites leading to respiratory distress were included. Severe bleeding in the form of hemoptysis or melena or gum bleeding were included. Severe organ impairment in the form of hepatitis, that is deranged LFTs, patients were included. Impaired level of consciousness and or cardiac involvement or dysfunction of other organs like renal dysfunction were included. Patients not meeting the WHO criteria for severe dengue were excluded from this study, or the patients who didn't give the informed consent were excluded. Material and methods. This was a descriptive cross-sectional study conducted at MMISR Mulana Hospital. After obtaining the ethical committee approval, the patients were recruited from emergency department and ICU. Inclusion was based on WHO criteria. After admitting the patient, a detailed clinical history and examination was done. Within 24 hours, patients ABG, CBC, liver and renal function tests were done. PTINR, APTT and serum ferritin were sent immediately. SOFA and APACHE-2 scores were calculated within first 24 hours of admission. We also documented the requirement of non-invasive or invasive ventilation, requirement of single donor platelet transfusion, requirement of FFP, albumin transfusion or ionotropic support. Each patient was followed until mortality or discharge. Comparison of clinical and laboratory parameters was done between non-survivors and survivor group. It was noted that the mean age was around 51 in non-survivor. The patients which were expired included low mean BP, they have a higher pulse rate. The patients were in sepsis. The patients which not survived have higher INR, that is they have higher coagulopathy. And patients have higher deranged liver function test, they have higher OTPT, that indicated the patients were in organ dysfunction. And other parameters, the patients, most noted feature was clinical fluid accumulation in the form of ascites and pleural effusion. That was the most common feature that was noted. Second most common was bleeding manifestations in the form of hemoptysis, melena. The other was impaired consciousness level. Other features were less commonly noted. Then we noted the requirement of inotropic support and ventilatory support in survivor and non-survivor group. The patients who required inotropic support for shock management were better as compared to the patients who required ventilatory support for respiratory distress. This study was compared according to SOFA and APACHE-2 scores. There was high correlation. The SOFA score was around 12 in non-survivor group and APACHE around 26 with a p-value of less than 0.001 in both of them. In this study, total 56 patients were included. Majority were male, around 61%. The overall mortality was 21%. More than half have a platelet count less than 50,000. signifying higher severe thrombocytopenia. The clinical leading features were fluid accumulation noted in 64%, bleeding in 41%, and impaired consciousness in 30% of patients. Significant complications were acute kidney injury noted in 26% patients, hepatitis in 25%, while MODS, encephalitis, ARDS were less commonly noted. Patients requiring clinical interventions such as IV fluids and inotropic management for shock management have relatively better outcomes than those who required respiratory assistance with mechanical ventilation were associated with significantly poor outcomes. Non-survivors have significantly higher pulse rate, leukocyte count, along with lower blood pressure, arterial pH, sodium and albumin levels. Severity assessment score showed clear prognostic value. The SOFA score among non-survivors was nearly 13 compared to 5 in survivors. Apache score was 26 versus 10 respectively, with both have p-value less than 0.01. This confirms that higher organ dysfunction and physiological derangement strongly correlate with mortality in severe dengue. Although ferritin and APTT levels tended to be higher in non-survivors, prothrombin time was significantly prolonged in expired group, reflecting the impact of coagulopathy. In summary, mortality in severe dengue was closely linked to hemodynamic instability, metabolic acidosis, liver dysfunction, and coagulopathy, with SOFA and Apache-2 scores emerging as strong predictors of outcome. Severe dengue continues to pose a major challenge in critical care with a mortality of 21% in our cohort. Adverse outcomes were related to shock, metabolic acidosis, coagulopathy. Non-survivors have higher leukocyte counts, hyperbilirubinemia, and multi-organ dysfunction. Prognostic scoring systems such as SOFA and Apache demonstrated strong discriminatory power in predicting mortality. APTT and ferritin showed less significant trends, but prolonged prothrombin time was noted. This signifies the identification of high-risk patients and aggressive supportive management in improving the survival in severe dengue patients. Thank you.